recording, and I will pull up intro here. Okay. There's a bot room. Bot room. I should be able to use it. Will this do it? It's not doing it. Let's see here. It's a bot command. I don't know. Let's play YouTube. Okay, well, I will just play the theme through my phone. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. What even is that? Okay, I'll keep that open. Go to YouTube. Let's see here. Thalmor Radio theme. 371 views. Wow. Amazing. Oops. Okay, let me know how this works out, guys. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Yeah, he's got an action from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Thalmor Radio. Oh, fuck. I just finished my drink. I decided to stop sipping on it and instead just down what was left. And you have to remember... Okay. You have to remember here, I am the lightest of lightweights. I am not a drinker. I am not... Like, my last drink was in January when I had like an ounce of bourbon. I've just consumed, I believe, 2 ounces of bourbon. I can already feel it hitting me, which is okay, because one thing that I've learned is that when I'm a little tipsy, I'm actually at my best, because my full personality comes out, but with none of like the careful inhibition. So I am just like, you guys are now about to hear some peak fucking Thalmor. So let's fucking go. Okay, so first thing on the agenda. This isn't even on the itinerary, but you know what? Fuck it. We're going crazy. Oh, I gotta ping the people first. Hold on. I gotta ping the people. I hope you guys are ready for drunk Thalmor, because we're going balls deep in this shit right now. Oh, I guess I deleted it, but I put a copy in the staff room, so. Okay, now we're ready to really rock and roll. So, this isn't even on the archive. It's more of a pre-show thing, but I was too busy being depressed during the pre-show to care. I've been watching Better Call Saul, and Better Call Saul is a prequel show to Breaking Bad, which is really popular. And Better Call Saul is currently in its 6th and final season, and I love it. It's really good. The writing is like on par with The Sopranos. It's fucking awesome. I am on season 3, I think episode 4. Yeah, season 3, episode 4. Amazing show, and I really love it. The characters have so much nuance to them. The motivations are complex and interesting. And I'm a legal nerd, so I can really appreciate all the legal drama. Um, I also really like the at the beginning of every season, you have the in the present scenes with Jimmy, like post Breaking Bad, mucking around. That's really cool. Not to spoil anything, but something happens in season 3, episode 1, during the flashback to the present with Jimmy, and like there's a thing that happens that was really cool, and that I really liked it because yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. So something happens, it's really awesome. Um, there you go. Better Call Saul is really good. Go watch it. It's better than Breaking Bad. It's as good as The Sopranos in my book. Well, it's not as good as The Sopranos, but it's up there. It's pretty close. It's just a little bit below because the acting's not as good. The acting's great. It's just not as good. But the writing is as good. Fucking awesome, amazing show. My nose is running. Is that a side effect of drinking bourbon as a lightweight? Is my nose is running? My body's trying to get rid of the toxins I just ingested? Now my mouth is dry. Goodness gracious. So, what was my other topic? I don't even remember. Let me look up. Oh, Forbidden Archive. So, this is something I want you guys to use or at least pay attention to because I'm hoping to keep it like going as time goes on. There's a category in the server called the Forbidden Archive, and it's home to a couple things. Leaked dogs, leaked docs, leaked logs, and leaked chat. Now, leaked docs, I'm not even going to explain what these are. You can figure them out. Leaked chat is like a meta room for people to discuss what goes inside leaked docs and leaked logs. If there is a leak of a government document, of chats between people, post them there. Forbidden Archive is a persistent, community-driven archive of these things for people to look back on forever. So post them there, talk about them in leak chat. There you go. Theme flags, Halloween flags, Christmas flags, that's what that's for. It's an archive of Alliance flags that are themed. There's also a Ukrainian solidarity and a Russian solidarity section there. That's the most recent one, so go look at that. Season Cope is for people who are mad about politics and war for one reason or another. Pretty self-explanatory. There you go. Use these channels from now on. Contribute to them. I want to keep growing that because I think it's really good. I think having this like thing for the common benefit of the community is really cool to have. Do I sound drunk? I think I sound drunk. I think I'm slowing my words a little bit. So yeah, I wanted to keep that updated and stuff. And that is actually why I have just recently added Chad to the staff of Thalmor. Chad is now a staff member here. And his main job is to keep leaked docs and leaked logs updated. So there you go. That's what's happening. What's the other thing? I think that's it. I think I can talk about the game now. Oh fuck! I don't want to do that. Okay. What do I want to do? I don't know what to start with. I need to. He is doing poorly, Lysandra. You're blowing it out of the water. You're taking his job. What's this thing that you posted, Gary? War Thunder Forum's been used to leak. No, leaked docs and leaked logs. That's for politics and war stuff. This has nothing to do with this. I'm deleting it. It's going away. Thank you for contributing, but it's not relevant to the purpose of the to the thing. Bring Pre. I will bring Pre on, and maybe Roberts when I'm done talking about my other stuff, which is shit. Okay. I want you guys to be good boys and girls and to go look at announcements for a second. Which now that I think about it is redundant because I'm sure you've all already seen it. But when there was a big update that just dropped, right? Alex dropped his big sheep cock on our faces and gave us some new projects and shit, right? And part of that, apparently, somehow, the description for Iron Dome on the projects page got like cut in half. So there was about a period of 20 minutes where if you went onto the projects page the other day and you looked at the description for Iron Dome, all it says is Iron Dome is a national project that gives you a, and that's it. It says nothing else. For 20 minutes, it was completely nebulous what Iron Dome gave you. But now it's been cleaned up. Alex fixed it. Alex reinstated the description for Iron Dome. And that was really, 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 really funny. And I had to make a post about it. So there you go. Thalmor is restricting the will of the people. Yeah, I do that. I'm a bad guy. I'm actually evil. If you couldn't be that already, it's kind of your fault. What's the other thing? Oh, so the game's kind of broke in general. Let me pull up this one war. So here's a war between a Hand of Fate member, Mayor, and some other guy. I don't know who, but it doesn't matter. And in this war, all of their maps just got deleted. They both had a bunch of maps saved up, and they all just got gone for no reason. They didn't launch attacks. Nothing happened. They just lost like almost all of their maps for no reason, and it's really funny. And it's completely inexplainable. There's no reason for it to happen, but it does, and that is just amazing. Um, so Avatar Patrick says something interesting, which is I got like 20 ghost notifications today. I logged in today for the first time in like 2 days, and I had 39 notifications. And when I clicked on my notifications tab, you know what it was? It was the daily login, OBL, and like 2 things about the daily login bonus, and that was it. The notifications are just broke. Alex says he fixed it. Yeah, Lysander. He really didn't. It's all kinds of fucked up. It's all really bad. I want more bourbon. I want to look for more bourbon. Give me a minute. Hold on. Who should I bring on to discuss something while I go get more bourbon? I will bring on Prefontaine. Raise your hand. Raise your hand, and I'll bring you on, and you can discuss what these current updates are about to the game that we just had right now. Yeah, don't you have to raise your hand to become a speaker? Can I just make you a speaker? I don't think I can. Just right click and invite to speak. Okay, I didn't know I could do that. Invite to speak. Now that I've done that. Okay, hi Prefontaine. He's server muted? That's not right. Not on my end. I don't see the option to like server unmute him. So I don't know what's going on. Fucking this is irritating. Right, yeah, I know how to fucking use Discord, Jerry. It's not giving me the option to like unfuck him. So I don't know what's the problem. Is the radio set to perms? He's probably suppressed, so people can talk normally. Okay, let me make him me then. Does that fix it? You have to unmute. He's not fucking server muted. I don't have the option to unmute him. I can literally do nothing. Here, I will mute him. Okay, I muted him, and now I will unmute him. He's still fucked. So I don't know what to do. This is. He's the forbidden one, like Exodia. He'll check something. Okay, well, please enjoy this dead air. You know what? No, I will play the Thalmor Radio. No, wait, I have it on push to talk. I can't play the thing. Go use the bathroom. Go get a drink. I'll be back in like a minute. Have fun. Love you. I see that Prefontaine is still suppressed. That's very unfortunate. I don't know how to do about it. Just give him. I actually did give him admin. Okay, Prefontaine, I'm going to give you an admin role. See if that changes something on your end. I have given it to you. Is anything able to change? I would imagine as admin he would be able to, but Discord is ran by literal diaper furries, so who knows what that means. Says need permission. That is fucking crazy. Okay, I'm going to kick you back to audience then. Move to audience. Let me bring on Weisel. Will you raise your hand so I can try it out with you? Just to get like a control group to see what the fuck's going on, because I don't get what the problem is. Thank you. Invite to speak. Okay, when fucking Weisel can talk, but apparently not Prefontaine. Hi Weisel, how are you doing?
Hello.
Thank you so much. I'm going to kick you back to audience now.
Yep.
Okay. Isn't the fix to this usually like leaving the server and then rejoining? Pri, can you leave the server and rejoin? I will DM you an invite right now to make your ability to rejoin go much smoother. I am pleased with my ability to run the show, even though I am lightly intoxicated. That is so here's what I got, ladies and gentlemen. I got little shot bottles. I have about I got a little bit of Elijah Craig. And I got a little bit of Jack Daniels. I'm vibing with the Elijah Craig. I'm not vibing with the Jack Daniels. Still has me listed as suppressed. I have no idea what the problem is. I have no idea what the problem is. I will bring him back on. Invite to speak.
Magic.
Oh, it's working. Let's fucking go. Hi, Prefontaine.
Hey, let me change it so my beep isn't going through my computer speakers. 1 second.
Okay, guys, I need advice. I'm looking at the bottle of Elijah Craig, and there's like a little black thing floating in it. I don't know what that is. Is this safe to drink?
It's just protein.
Eat it. It's just protein. Well, I get about 160 grams of protein a day. even though I'm 150 pounds, so I don't need more protein. Is it mold? Because I heard that if you drink from like a bottle and there's something swimming in it later, it's like mold. I don't want to drink mold. I'm allergic to mold. I would probably die. It's iron. Guys, stop fucking with me. Is this safe to drink? Look it up. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm too
Alcohol
lazy. Just
doesn't
drink
really
it.
mold.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like a disinfectant. So I can't imagine there's something toxic swimming in it.
Unless
What
someone
the
turned
fuck
it out
even
and
is?
replaced it with apple juice, it's not going to mold.
Okay, well, I'm no longer vibing with Elijah Craig, so I'm gonna switch to Jack Daniels. Does the Jack Daniels have an unidentified specimen floating in it? It does not. So I guess I'm drinking Jack Daniels. So give me just 1 minute. Prefontaine, what are these new updates that just dropped? Enlighten us.
The core concept is fairly straightforward. It's to switch the ability to recover from being under the attacker's power to being under the defeated power's party, or the defeated party's power.
So it's supposed to be easier for the losing party to make a comeback, is what you're saying.
Yeah, if you get zeroed out on military or zeroed out on spies, there's a rebuild period that is effectively guaranteed. That makes it so you have the option to rebuild should you choose. So a war that with the blitz is super effective and wipes you out doesn't mean you're out of the rest of the war if your alliance has the ability to rally should they choose. Or the scenario I like to highlight is let's say the larger sphere bullies one of the smaller spheres. You always hear the narrative in back channels of you're next, talking to the other spheres. You should come in and help us because you're next in line. But that other sphere coming in isn't going to matter unless they come in very quickly, because once the sphere is pinned down, it's very hard for them to get back up, even with some outside support. So this way, outside support could time along with a rebuild period, so that maybe the alliance that's defeated is at least 50% back on its feet with enough fighters fully milled. So that's the general idea for at least the beige concept, and the spy concept is mostly just to allow for a period where spies can be rebuilt without them being killed in the process.
Okay, so I haven't read the forum thread. So what exactly are the beige and spy proposes that's going on?
So defenders who lose a war get 2.5 days of beige. Attackers that lose the war get 0.5 days of beige. Beige caps at 5 days and doesn't start ticking down until all defensive wars are cleared. And from there, they can then come back out without a rebuy, but full military to try to help attack should they choose. The spy proposal is changing the spy satellite from giving 50% more kills to an additional spy op. So rather than doing 150% on a kill with spy sat, you can now hit 3 targets or one person 3 times, fill all their slots yourself. The rebuild mechanic is basically you can still build up to 4 spies into active duty. So what that means is you can still build spies in a guerrilla war style more or the same as you could now. In fact, it'll help smaller players that don't have spy sat to be able to build up to 4 spies a day. Build rates are tripled, but like I said, you can only put 4 into active mode. So the other 8, if you have the full range of projects, means those go into reserve. Reserve spies can't help you. They cost less to upkeep, and they can't be killed. So over a period of time, you can effectively get back up to full spies and then move them to active duty. There's a deployment kind of phase that helps lengthen the window that an attacker gets to take advantage of spies being zeroed out. So it makes it so that they're not only able to just kill spies and then 5 days later they're all back. So it gives them a extended 5-day period to take advantage of them having no spies active and spy away missiles, nukes, units, whatever needs to be spied in that case. And the topic that we might be removing is the reduced damage, the new damage formula. We're actually discussing that right now in the dev team, and I haven't checked the channel in the last 5 minutes, so we might be just removing that from the whole thing.
So okay, got it. I would have to sit down and evaluate everything you just said on the forum thread as it's proposed for me to really develop an informed opinion about it. Um, and I'm not in a position to do so right now because number one, I'm very ignorant. Number two, I don't feel like it. And number three, I'm inebriated. So instead, I'm going to pivot away from that and instead talk about the game is like pretty fucked right now. You got the notification bug going on. You have maps disappearing. You have all sorts of issues going on. Prefontaine, you seem to have like a window to Alex. What is going on with game development to unfuck the mechanics right now? Because it seems like everything is just on fire, thrown upside down, pretty crazy. What's happening?
um, it's outside of the area I work in. I don't go in and tweak the code. That's between predominantly Village, Alex, and Payal. Um, I don't want to speak out of turn, but Village is on vacation right now. He's been doing most of the work. He hasn't necessarily done most of the changes. The change to the map stuff came while I was out of town. I was camping for like 4 days, so I saw none of that. Normally, normally any changes that come from my department get put publicly like that. So that change isn't something that went public. It just came through Alex's wheelhouse, and I don't know why it didn't touch mine at all. But I have no idea what the development process was on that one. So I can't really speak to what the problem is there. With regard to the notifications bug, from everything I've seen, it's just trying to figure out what the hell actually impacted it. So um, I know it'd be helpful if Village was around right now to look at it, because from what I know, he did a decent chunk of the coding on it. So he might be more able to find the bug. Ultimately, though, the notifications bug doesn't really impact gameplay. The map shit is way worse, in my opinion. So the notifications bug, if it has to stay for another week until Village gets back, or 2 weeks, whatever it ends up taking, ultimately it's harmless. Outside of people saying they're having a heart attack from logging in and seeing 50 notifications. But the map thing, that's a priority, and I'm kind of casually talking to Alex about trying, like, making sure he's looking at it. I don't know what he's doing right now. I haven't been talking to him too much in the last week or two between me going out of town and him going out of town. So current communication is not the most active between us.
Wasn't Alex getting married or something? Did that already happen?
I try not to talk about his personal life. I don't know what he's willing to share publicly and what he's willing to share with me to provide reasons for inactivity or not. So I don't want to kind of disclose his personal shit.
That's understandable. Although I would like to point out that I think the wedding has on the website, so it's pretty public. He puts it out there already, but I understand wanting to establish boundaries like that. Gosh, I think that's it. I feel like I haven't done a good job bringing you on because, like, I'm getting burnt out during the show, and I'm also a bit drunk right now. So
I've
my
been there too, man.
apologies. Oh, say again.
I've been there too. And I used to do. I was like the original Politics More radio show. I get it, dude.
Yeah, wasn't I remember a story from long ago? Wasn't a lot of the earlier shows just you and a bunch of others getting together and just getting high and drunk and just spazzing out? That sounds fun.
I didn't never get high. Other people did. It was two segments. There was the mechanics segment where we talked about what Alex was fucking up and what we think should change, and then there was the politics segment where I gave inside information on like past wars. So let's say Guardian or Test, just it was Guardian at the time that I was running, just finished a war, and it had been like a month or a couple weeks. I would just talk about the motivations for what happened, what was happening behind the scenes without leaking any information. I only talked about my own stuff. So we that was sort of the interest of it, and I would discuss tactics like the old only send 50 soldiers with max tanks to be able to conserve your soldiers, because soldiers were getting zeroed out way faster than tanks were back then. Just little tips and tricks like that would get talked about.
So the game mechanically is significantly different from what it was back then, although some things were still quite the same. What in like 2014, 2015, whenever you was doing this, what were the big mechanic issues of that time?
I mean, honestly, some of it's the issues we're dealing with now. The fact that Beige didn't actually give a reprieve for the losers. That wars were decided in the Blitz more often than not. Interesting thing back in the day when not there wasn't enough steel in the game to actually have everyone maxing tanks. It made for a more interesting war. So I was one of the first players to max tanks, because normally in a fight maybe you'd have 30% of your max tanks, and then I went rogue as Judge Dredd, and until three people bought and maxed tanks for their alliance to fight me, no one could stop me because once you had ground control, you were basically immortal at the time. So there was a balance issue between tanks being too powerful versus air and et cetera, because tanks used to make it so I think only like 50% of your air could be usable or something like that when you had ground control. And to address the one question that was raised, um, feedback is being considered. It's why I mentioned that we were talking about removing the nerf to low end damage with so the new damage formula for deploying a couple spies. That's why that's probably going. But in general, like I said at the start, the concept is to switch it so that the power isn't on the attacker to decide if and when the defeated party can rebuild. It's now to let mechanics exist that let the defending party or the defeated party have a window to rebuild. It's to make it so people don't get sat on pointlessly. Remove
When
destroying.
it comes to Alex receiving suggestions, it seems like Alex. It seems like Alex is actually pretty receptive to suggestions. It's just that what most people suggest are just so much work that it's off-putting, or that it's just completely stupid. Because I've suggested two things in the past that gotten approved, but they were small things that were easy to do that added a lot. Like I think I was the person who suggested less captas. Captas, where the fuck it's called, because my internet was shit. And like I noticed that after I bitched at him on the forums for it directly, he actually decreased. He replied to me, but I never looked at it. So he actually, I guess, took whatever I said into consideration and reduced captas so that my slow internet was played with. But secondly, I was the guy who suggested having um, filters and stuff for bounties, and that happened. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like he'll actually act, or he will delegate stuff so that it's easy to do suggestions that are doable and that add something. He will actually take action on, but most people should just stuff like, oh, we need artillery that can just blow apart all tanks and stuff like that. And you're not going to get anywhere with that, it seems. What do you think about suggestions?
Well, I mean, it's how I got to the role that I'm in now. I mean, I talked about how half of my radio show originally was talking about mechanics and what needs to happen and change, and a lot of those things over time have come into the game more so now that I'm running the team that helps generate the new content. Alex has a hand in, obviously, he's the final say. He gives guidance on, for instance, talking about what do you want a beige mechanic to do? He'll give the guidance of, do you want a meaningful window for rebuild? Do you want the ability to cycle to still exist? These sort of things. So the main direction was uh, want the ability for the defeated party to have a meaningful rebuild and to make it so that the winners are incentivized to win the war. And we know that we can't do incentivizations based on money unless it's brokenly skewed, because alliances will spend more money to make sure their opponents can't get up through beige cycling. So that incentive can't be factored in, like I said, unless it's a game breaking amount of damage being done or money being earned. So the alternative becomes making it so that it's guaranteed, and that that's why beige automatically happens at the end of a war when even if it expires. So that's the general process. And Alex does listen. I mean, treasures came about from one night. Someone suggested it when Alex was in a particularly active mood, I guess. And within 6 hours, it was coded in the game, basically. It didn't do remotely what we wanted it to, but it was there in the game. So that's why the process has been kind of reformed, so that guidance comes down, it gets milled about through the team, we go public with it, we look at the feedback. We understand also that not every change that needs to happen is going to be a popular change. Sometimes you have to push through unpopular content, and largely that stems from people having had a mechanic for so long, understanding how it works, understanding how to abuse it. And I don't mean that in a negative way, just how to use it to their fucking advantage and actually get the most out of it. And trying to change that is going to make people unhappy. Change makes people unhappy in that way. And sometimes the change still needs to happen regardless. But on things like new content, typically we go with the more popular approach. And if something's largely unpopular, we don't necessarily go with it. But some of the mechanics like beige and spies need to change so that the ability to get up exists. And it doesn't have to make so every opponent is going to get up all the time. It just has to give them the option.
All right. So, are you open to taking questions from the audience?
Always. I mean, I create forum posts for that, and so bring it on.
All right, audience members. You now have Prefontaine all to yourself. So, ask something if you have a question. Otherwise, I'll wait with bated breath as I don't know. I'll talk about something after I'm done with Pre.
What is a siege war type? What does it do? Like you can't just say what do you think about this thing without telling me what that thing does, because siege could mean many different things. The biggest complaint has
What would
been
be a
how
siege?
the process and how feedback is taken and used. And what do you mean by how feedback is taken and used? Why is that your biggest complaint? So I'll go on a very brief rant, and anyone from the dev team that's listening will be familiar with this rant. So there's an idea that the getting good. You want to get good and learn the meta. The key part of that phrase is learn the meta. There is no getting good at this game. Unless you have a disability that prevents you from moving a mouse and clicking a keyboard or using a smartphone or whatever method you play the game in, there is no skill gap. If I told you to log in and do these things in this way and attack this person and do those things and you followed those orders, you are just effective as a player as me, basically. Only you need the instruction. Um, Whereas if I told you to log into some first person shooter and be able to be a sniper and click on all the heads and never get killed because you're so good at clicking heads, that's where the skill gap actually exists. It's a mechanical skill. Not everyone will be able to do that. So this game is about a knowledge gap and someone just said an activity gap. Being able to log in during those off times. That's part of it. So you have to know the skill, and we're in the game deep enough where the knowledge is out there. Most alliances have well enough leadership, or at least the spheres do, to properly devise tactics that work. Um, Base sniping doesn't take skill necessarily, but I get what you're trying to say. It's a race, if anything. But the tactics are there and they're laid out, and as long as people follow orders and are online when they're supposed to be, there's no real difference between any player. Um, and having the tools just means the alliance has the tools, not necessarily the individual. So all these things have been around so long and are widely available for people that there is no skill gap. There is just a knowledge gap. And trying to create a system that exists where the underdog can come through because they're better is flawed in this style of a game because of there not being a skill gap, but there being a knowledge gap. So you can't create a really working system without that skill gap ability for the underdogs to come through. Now, it doesn't mean that someone slightly under won't be able to beat someone slightly over in terms of numbers, but it's that's about execution at that point and coordination, which comes from your ability to be online and follow orders.
All right. Does anybody else have any other questions?
I want to get back to what Kiwi said. We also have this back and forth where you allude to happens, change that need to happen, and changes that are popular. So changes that need to happen are effectively reforms to things that should have happened 6+ years ago. A meaningful reprieve system through beige that doesn't make it so that the winners of a war sit there and wait for wars to expire predominantly. Winners of the war should win the physical war. That's been something that's been talked about in length over many years. The fact that beige doesn't actually let someone rebuild has been something that's been talked about for many years. The problem we run into is that people are so entrenched with how things work and what they know that trying to make a change to some of those core systems is not going to be well received, regardless of if it's good for the game health or not. Now, the game is on a decline in terms of player base to a degree and activity, and everyone's saying, "Oh, it's dying." People have been saying it's dying for 5 years, but it is just on a general activity decline. This game has been around a long time. Games have shelf lives, so we're trying to make a system that is more fun for the player base, and sitting in idle in wars and not actually doing anything for those 5 days and not being able to get up once you're caught off guard. Wars that are decided in the first 6 hours of a war that go on for 6 weeks to 3 months are not fun. I mean, and if you have the ability to get out from under it, great. Like this new system will allow that. So those are the kind of changes that need to happen, but might not be popular. Changes that are popular that come out. Some of the new projects, I know that there's been like basically the salvage project is kind of a meme at this point about it not being good, and it's okay to have a project that is not that powerful. So that's been my standpoint, that we don't need to necessarily make it that powerful. And the next big thing after the four main areas we're looking at balancing issues is going to be to fully roll out perks, which is going to be probably the largest single content creation for the game. So it's basically going to be a skill tree that allows people to specialize growth in terms of whether they want to be stronger econ, military, resource wise. So all those things will have time-based requirements and some resource-based requirements to grow basically a skill tree. So those sort of things are in the works. There's always going to be new projects that roll out. So those are more of the things that we would do if they're popular versus change the mechanics, which are likely going to be unpopular because you're changing something people have had for the past 7 years. So I know it's kind of a long way to answer your question, but that's the difference between those two sort of things.
Um, well, military salvage. One concern I have about military salvage is that with how low the return rate is, I would be concerned that it's a noob trap. But on the other hand, it's like it's up to players to make their own decisions about what they prioritize, and it's their business if they're being inefficient. So
It's expensive enough where you'd hope it's
I
not a noob buying it. So it's not dirt cheap. So hopefully, by the time they're looking to buy it, they're in an alliance that goes, no, you don't necessarily need to get it at this point. But it with these sort of updates, it's always easier to boost something than it is to nerf something. So if you create a project and then go 6 months, it's kind of a little more powerful than we wanted. Let's cut it back. I mean, when they first talked about nerfing the spy satellite years ago, you just look at the outrage of, you're gonna have to refund me for both projects, the space program, blah blah blah, because I would only did it for this, but so people get outraged about changing something for the lesser, but boosting it's a little different. So if we boost the salvage down the road in 6 months, maybe it's something that becomes more viable. But I'm okay with it being where it's at for right now.
Yeah, I think it's okay where it is too. I forgot how expensive it was. It's kind of in the middle of the road in terms of cost. Yeah, it reminds me of like Warhammer 40k, for example. There's a million and one ways to organize your 40k army, and there's a meta that determines what's best and what's not. But there's so many different units, so many different warrior options. You can kind of do whatever you want, and so giving people that option, allowing people to make mistakes, that's part of it. And I don't think there's anything really wrong with that.
Did I miss anyone's question during any of my rants?
I think some of this in chat is kind of directed at you. You can choose to respond to it or not. I don't really care either way. I feel like we're kind of getting done with having you on, but you can extend your stay as long as you like. I don't really mind.
I'm happy to go so I can turn on my air conditioner. It's incredibly powerful and loud, and I didn't want it in the background.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for being considerate. But I think we're done, Prefontaine. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate your insight into things about what's going on with the game and development and whatnot. I will see you later.
Have a good one, and don't let the show burn you out. Take a break if you need.
I got a plan to address that, and I will reveal it probably over the weekend. See you later, Pre. Okay, I've pinged Roberts multiple times to come on. He has chosen to not be terminally online and probably actually have a life and do something. So he probably hasn't seen my pings. So Roberts is probably not coming online, but that's okay. Fucking my two main staffers didn't even come online to help. So, it is what it is. You do have me, Monty. Thank you so much. Gosh, what do I want to... I think I'm kind of done. Well, no, I'm not. Let me look at the itinerary one more time. Robert's been a bit under the weather. Oh, well, I hope he's okay, Weisel. I hope he's okay. Thank you for letting me know. I hope he's doing well. Well, I say I hope he's doing well, but he just told me he's under the weather. But I hope whatever is keeping him down dissipates with haste. Perhaps you need new, stiff staff stuff for content. Well, stiff staff stuff is what got Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein in trouble. So I don't know if I want that here at Thalmoria. I would prefer, I got enough trouble with the feds as is. I don't need even more trouble, I like the hub idea that I'm talking about at the start. But that's the thing, though, is that that's already here with the Forbidden Archive. Like, Thalmoria is an umbrella in which there are many different things, including the High Court of Thalmoria, Thalmor Radio, and Forbidden Archive. All of these things coexist at once, only being used when the time is right. So for Thalmor Radio, it's every Friday. Although that might be changing. For the High Court of Thalmoria, it's when there's some drama that people want to see, brought to light and shined on and stuff. And for the Forbidden Archive, it's two things: one, whenever someone updates it, and two, whenever someone wants to access it and look at it and see what's going on. I mean, all these things coexist at once and can be used at once. It's not. It's already here. I mean, would that more or less be making a new news server? The Forbidden Archive exists, as I stated earlier, as a obelisk for the common heritage of the politics and war community. It does not need a news server. I don't see why it cannot be here in Thalmoria. Thalmoria is many things. Thalmoria is where I host my show. Thalmoria is where I choose to host Forbidden Archive. What all these projects have in common is that they involve me. I'm trying to direct them and manage them and administer them. There's no reason that the Forbidden Archive needs to have its own server. Having its own server, to me, I think would be a detriment because it's just more complexity. Having all of these assets under one server is a form of optimization. It's a form of keeping it all simple. You know, all these things are in the same place. Thank you, Kiwi. I appreciate those kind words. And Thalmoria, one thing Thalmoria is not is it is not an abortion clinic. But number two, it is not a news server. This is not a place to come get news. I mean, I guess if you listen to recordings or you tune into the show, maybe you could hear, you know, I mean, I guess I cover the news, but this isn't. Thalmor Radio is an entertainment show, first and foremost. Forbidden Archive is like, it's something I'm trying to orchestrate because I think having all that information compiled is beneficial somehow. That's my thought process. Hold on, am I still dizzy when I'm sitting up? Yes, I'm still. This is actually. I'm being serious here. I stated it before, and I'll say it again. I am a lightweight. I'm not a drinker. I had, I think, somewhere between a shot and 2 shots of bourbon, and then I downed, I think, another half shot of Jack Daniels. So this is, I think, the most alcohol I've consumed in one setting. So this is the drunkest I've ever been, live, on air. We're doing it. And I forgot what I was going to say. This is not a news server, though. This is an entertainment server. This is a server that I hope people can find some value from. But being a news thing, you know, we're not wrong. We're not DNN. I guess we're a bit similar to VGM, but like, because VGM tries to do a lot of entertainment stuff, but I do not consider this a news show. I do not consider this a news server. This is entertainment. You come here because you're a member of the Politics and War community and you want to laugh or you want to learn something. Something like that. Okay, now I've had my eyes closed to concentrate because I'm only operating. Oh, I don't know. Like, my thought process is very strange. Like I said, I am not used to being tipsy. So I am walking through this journey with you guys. And being tipsy is strange to me because it's like, on one hand, I have no tolerance to like think through things. But on the other hand, I can like hyper concentrate step by step. So this is a very strange, you know, my mind is the number one thing I value. And this is a very strange state of mind to be in, very strange experience. I'm not used to it. I don't think I like it. I think I like my brain normally. But oh man. Okay, so what are people saying in chat? Bye-bye said penis. Thank you, bye-bye. Assets. Calling it media is wrong. The only force in team that disturbs respect. Someone have a pasta. Thalmor is a cause and a people. Well, there is the Thalmorites. We are a people. Entertainment Hub. Entertainment Hub is what I try to do, but no one does shows, and they don't do them consistently, as shown by me executing George and deleting his show earlier. Statistically, at least 1 in 8 billion people rub off to Thalmor Radio. Yes, probably. Actually, I think it's 2 in 8 billion. I think it's you and bye-bye. Henry, I think is that the Roses copy pasta? Who's copy pasta? I think it's Roses. He replaced Rose with Thalmoria. Thank you, Henry, for that. Liz Sanders says, out of curiosity, Thalmoria is more or less a community server. Yeah. Would you ever be interested in ever messing with adding games or first entertainment here? I will return to this momentarily. Let me finish catching up on chat. How is it possible to feel drunk after 3 shots? It's called not ever drinking ever. My last drink was in January. I can't even remember my last one before that. I do not drink. Then, number 2, I have ate nothing all day. Okay, I've had a fruit snack thing. that you buy at Walmart for $3. That's my only meal. I am cooking burgers after this, but I've ate nothing all day. Number 3, it's called being a lightweight. I am 5'8" and 150 to 160 pounds. I am a small boy. Number 4, it's called drinking hard liquor. I drank bourbon. I drank like 2 to 3 shots of bourbon, okay? All of those factors have come together to make me feel tipsy. Not necessarily drunk, but tipsy. I am not drunk. I am tipsy. When I stand up, it's a little hard to walk in a straight line, but I am not drunk. I am tipsy. Woo! Tomato says Yahoo. Bye-bye says, I think Thalmor Radio you say. That's right. Genetics. Hell no. Okay, I don't even know what you guys are saying anymore. The walls are not moving, but I certainly am. If you fall the cliff, you'll be tipsy. I would hope not. The Femboy Hotline. God bless you. Bye-bye, because you certainly need it. If you know, that's my YouTube thing. I actually did forget about you, Chad, but you've reminded me. I will not forget it. Okay. I catch up on chat. So, I have been thinking long and hard about opening a bank. You heard me. Oh no, I'm being discouraged from opening a bank. Oh no. Immediately, the Thalmorite community is warning me like a big brother warns his little brother. No, little bro, you should not ask out the thought. No, little brother, you cannot punch the bully. No, my little brother. Thus far, I have recruited Eligos to assist me and Mbaku. I am assembling a team, you could say, to open up a bank that is well run and ethical and transparent. And concurrent with this bank shall be a casino. So Lysander asked about having games here. Yes, I had thought about opening a bank at a casino. My apologies for the dead air. My nose is running. I don't know. Is my nose running some kind of side effect of the alcohol I've consumed tonight? I think perhaps it may be, but I'm not sure. So, why do I want to do a bank? To make money. Why do I want a casino? To make money. Now, that all being said, I am City 35 or my City 34. I don't remember. So we have established right now I am tipsy enough to not remember what my city count is. So we have that out of the way. That's good. I am stupid and naive, but I want to try to operate a financial institution which is ethical. Now, is that possible? I think in theory it is. And so that's why I've reached out to Eligos. I got Mbok who kind of interested. Eligos says he's got some people interested. So I'm hoping that it's possible. My thought process is this. I will be very... I wanted to do it so that the amount of money loaned out and the amount of money in the bank is like 1-to-1, so that if there was a catastrophe, everything would still be covered. That would mean having very few loans out. That would mean having high interest rates, but it would be safe, and that's acceptable to me. Additionally, I'm happy where I'm at with my city count. I would contribute my own money to this bank as one layer of security, but I would also have the casino, and the profits from the casino would also go to the bank. So the bank would have like multiple revenue streams, like my personal national income, the interest rate, and the casino. So that's multiple multiple layers of, and also just general like good business practices administered through good staff with a good like mission. So you have multiple layers of security within a principled framework that I hope would prevent like any kind of wide scale like shit fuckery, you know? Public investors or private funding. I guess this is a combination of it because I'm open to. Ellie Ghost had the idea of just issuing bonds, which makes sense. He knows more than I do. Folks, I will be honest. I probably shouldn't even say this, but I will say this publicly. I don't know what I'm doing. So having someone like Eligos there to kind of say, like, this is how we should do it, blah, 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 blah. I'm down. I'm just the director. I am just the dude over the staff. Okay, that's all I am. Once again, I have to. I am certain that I keep having to blow my nose keeps running as some kind of response to the alcohol. That's the only thing I can think of to this. Did Zig not show up? Nobody showed up. You didn't show up. Zig didn't show up. But that's okay because CCT is recording, so everything is fine. He has his CCT has he's kicked the door down. He's got a Ukrainian flag in one hand, a riding with Biden flag in the other. He is here to save the day, and that is what he's doing. And I appreciate him for it. Yes, sweep away the unethical banks. That's the idea. I am so retarded and so fucking stupid. I am going to try to run an ethical bank that actually fucking works. That's how fucking stupid I am. I actually want to try this. Thalmor, if I take out a loan of $500 million, I don't pay back, what will you do? Well, first off, you are almost certainly not going to get $500 million. I can say that much. I'm thinking like small loans with high interest rates. Like basically like if you're a whale or something, like give us like we will give you money for your next city, but like 10% interest rate or something. So and like I don't know. I have to sit down and think this through more because this is something that's actually going to happen pretty soon. If from the timeline that I've been talking with people with, so we can iron out the details then. The bank and the casino will be under the Thalmoria umbrella. So when you come to Thalmoria, you got the court, you have the show, you have the Forbidden Archive, you got the casino, and you got the bank. It will all be under one roof. You have the Thalmoria staff, like Killsbob and Zig. You have the bank staff with like Eligos and whoever he wants to bring on board. I trust him. And so you'll have multiple assets under the same umbrella, but they're all separate from each other. So that's my vision. Now, how it's going to play out, I don't know. It is very, very possible that we will get 2 steps into this, and then I decide it's not workable. But we'll see what's happening there. CCT says, "Yar on fire, no safe transport here." That's really funny because it's my alliance that's attacking him. Oh man. So and before Thalmor makes bank AA instantly gets ruled by Hand of Fate. So there's a couple things with that. Number one is I can open an account not with Hand of Fate, but with Yar. That's probably how we're going to initially do it. Because here's the problem. I am a cuck. I am a cuck for Hand of Fate. I love my community. I love my alliance mates. I just love everything about my alliance. I pretty much always have. So I will remain firmly and steadfast a hand job of hater. That is never changing. Unless something really, 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 really fucking bad would have to happen for me to change that. But I don't foresee that. So I'm going to try to operate the bank from within Hand of Fate using Yar as the middleman. Now, one development that influences this is the fact that I am currently sitting in Knights Templar, which never officially, well, it did officially disband, but mechanically, Knights Templar is still around. We put Thine Holy Saint in there. He was in VM. We put him in there. We made Hand of Fate. Some time ago, Knights Templar was the bank. Because of this war, I was sent cock in hand to go sit in Knights Templar as like the guard, like the crypt keeper, right? The guard of the tomb of the unknown soldier. I'm him right now. So maybe I could talk to Hand of Fate Gov and be like, can I do my bank from here? They would probably okay it. By the way, Thine Holy Saint, he deleted it the other day. He's gone now. Let's not saying the word, in fact. So, rip in peace. When is Ketgog reforming? I would hope someday, but it will probably never happen. Because you got Guardian and Grumpy, and they are just they just seem they're stuck up each other's asses a lot, but they seem to be pretty stuck on TKR's ass. So that is how that is. Thine did delete. Thine is gone, unfortunately. I think we need a vote no confidence. I'm trying to assemble the council. I don't know what that's about, but that's okay. Do you pronounce it Hoff? No, I say Hand of Fate. I don't say Hoff. Turn KT into a bank AA. That is kind of where I'm at right now. Zaria says Thalmor's laugh seems wrong for me because I am intoxicated at the moment. So I am a little bit. I am not the same Thalmor. I am a creation of Thalmor that does not usually exist. And so I am here as a strange perversion of his normal character. Dark Thalmor, that is exactly right. That is exactly fucking right. Like, what did I do? What have I done tonight? I've deleted George. I've deleted his show. I removed Thalmor from Jaded. I am Dark Thalmor. That kind of is accurate. That's crazy. Will you offer wealth management? I need ego fluffing. The extent to wealth management would probably just be like, do you want to invest in the Bank of Thalmoria? And if not, then do you want to gamble at the casino? Because you will most likely win, probably. But except for that, I don't think we would offer any kind of wealth management. There's not really that much business asset. The business community is ever persistent, unfortunately, but they're not very. They're not very deep. So, like, I couldn't even tell you what the hot bank is now. Like Yar can only exist because they're kind of an alliance in the community. Like, Yar is an anomaly. They're the exception and not the norm. So that's what we're at with there. Yar is a community and of people. Ah! Glad I was on the chopping block. Missed the purges this time. We need another fucking purge. We haven't done one in a long time. We need one. There are 400 people a part of this fucking server, but yet only 20 something ever show up to a show these days. What's 1% of 400? It's 4. So times 5 is 20. So 95% of the server, not 95, because about 80% of this server, about 300 and something people could be removed, and nothing would really be different. You know what? Who I've been thinking of? I've been thinking of getting rid of Purple. You know why? Because Purple will chime in and she'll say, "Do I want to tune in?" No, I don't think I will. And then she won't. But she'll still interact in chat. So you know what? I'm going to ban Purple right now. Right? The only person to ever get banned from Thalmor and stay banned. There's been two people. One is Alex. Number two was Kitschy. Kitschy got unbanned for the Haunted Mansion Jonathan's Peace Talks. I unbanned her. I've kept her unbanned. Alex is still banned. I'm going to ban Purple Elephant. Fuck it. Purple Elephant is now banned, folks. It is real Thalmor hours tonight. Okay. Start banning other people. No one's given me a reason to. No one's given me a reason to. I can't think of anyone else to ban. I said this at the beginning of the show, and I will reiterate it. When I am slightly tipsy, I am at my best. I've noticed this before. I've only gotten tipsy a handful of times, but when I am, I really like my tipsy self because I am my normal self when I'm tipsy. The only difference is that some of my deeply back of my mind anxiety and overthinking that disappears, which is I think normal for alcohol consumption. So when I'm tipsy, I'm basically in a way maybe not when I'm this drunk. The sweet zone seems to be like one shot or maybe 1.5. I've had 2 to 3 shots, so I'm actually probably not at my best. But after a shot or a shot and a half, I'm really happy with myself because I am my normal self. Just the worst parts of myself have melted away temporarily, so I'm happy. Rip Chad? What happened with Chad? I didn't do anything to Chad. I swear to God, I'm going to kick people. Okay. Oh, did fucking Killsbog heroically intervene to stop Chad's reign of terror? Based. Thalmor talks about Attack on Titan. That'd be week 2. Attack on Titan is really good. I really like Attack on Titan. I'm really sad I have to wait till next year to see the resolution. But season 1 and let me correct myself. Season 4, part 1 and 2 are so fucking good. They are such a fucking vibe, especially compared to the first couple of seasons. It's all great, but season 1 and season 4, part 1 and 2 have their own vibe together, and it is so great. And it's just I hope one day in my own writings to create a story as great as what the creator of Attack on Titan has made. I can't think of his name right now. Couldn't pronounce it anyways. But such a marvelous story with so much going on. Although I'm really excited here for August because that's when Dragon Ball Superhero drops in American theaters, and I'm going to load up my friends. I got this orange Dragon Ball shirt that has one of Goku has a couple different symbols that he wears on his gi depending on what's going on. Like he has one for the Turtle School when he was a student of Master Roshi. He has one for when he's training under Kami. And then after the Frieza saga, he has his own kanji that he wears on his gi. And I have a shirt that I think it's the Turtle School kanji, but I'll have to look and see. I might wear that and look really stupid. Attack on Titan final season part coming soon. It's not coming out till next year, I'm pretty sure. So I'll have to wait a while. I think that's King Kai's after Frieza. I would have to look. Night of Long Knives and Thalmor Radio. Don't worry, friends. Sig and Killsbob only have the power, for some fucking reason, to delete my messages. They don't have the power to actually, like, harm me physically. I can go, like, Super Saiyan 2, but they can only go Super Saiyan 1. So everything is okay in the world. What is... that is Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online. Really popular. I have never watched it. I have no interest in watching it. Killspot asks, can I do something? Guys, I am disappointed. I can feel my tipsiness wearing off. I am unhappy with that. But that's okay. We might be ending... Drink more? I'm out of alcohol. I had a very amount of 1792. I drank that. I found these old bottles, these old like shot bottles of Elijah Craig and Jack Daniels. I threw away the Elijah Craig because there was something floating in it, and that sketched me out. I drank the Jack Daniels. You poured the Elijah down because there was fucking mold in it. I think there was something floating in. There was something physically floating in it that wasn't there before. I think it's because I drank from the bottle once because I live alone. I can do that, and I think the bacteria from my mouth festered inside of it and created some abomination. I wasn't going to drink from that. That's backwash? Okay. Fester up some moonshine. I'm not going to do that. It's a clump of protein. Motherfucker, I eat a protein cookie. I am trying to get fit. I am 160 pounds at most. You need 0.80 to 1 grams of protein per pound of body weight to like become a Giga Chad, right? So because I'm 160, I try to get 130. I was already getting 130, but then because I went to bulk, I started eating a protein cookie and like a protein like little chocolate milkshake thing every day. I've been doing that for like half a week now. And so I went from getting at least 130 grams of protein to like 160 to 170. I don't need more protein, okay? I don't need to drink the moldy, godless abomination that's inside my Elijah Craig shot bottle. It is unnecessary. I'm going to look for more alcohol. Who can I bring on to verbal? Killsbob, raise your hand or join the chat. Actually, you should be able to just join the stage. Killsbob, you told me once about some kind of story involving like a duck and like an apple stand. Please repeat that story one more time.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. So once there was this duck, right? It walked up to a lemonade stand and said to the man running the stand, "Hey, you got any grapes?" The man said, "No, we only sell lemonade, but it's also fresh and it's homemade." The duck said, "I'll pass." Then he waddled away, waddle waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle waddle, till the very next day. Bum 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 bum. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so I was scraping like all over my pantry. I found a shot bottle of Maker's Mark that is about 3/5 of the way full. So this is probably maybe, I think, 3/5 of a shot. I will now consume it. Kills Bob, thank you for your contribution.
You're welcome.
It. The Maker's Mark doesn't seem to hit me as hard as the 1792 did. I don't know if Maker's Mark has like less alcohol content or what, but I don't feel the need to cough. I don't cough when I take a drink of Maker's Mark. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because this is whiskey. And I was drinking, oh wait, bourbon whiskey. Okay, I don't know what the reason is then. All right, I drink it. Let me go throw it away now. Be right back. Yep, I can already feel it hitting me again. Okay, so. Oh gosh, my throat's burning too. We could get a sip of water. Goodness gracious. Okay, so we are here. You need to try vodka. I have tried Sky Vodka, and I liked it. Bourbon is still my drink of choice, but vodka is okay. I like vodka. Okay, so I told you guys about my bank and casino idea. They will be... Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. I will tell you guys exactly how I feel and what I'm thinking, because who cares? You only live once. You only live once. You should make the most out of every day. There are a finite amount of days in your life that you will live, and that is it. So fuck it. I am not excited to do this show as much as I used to be. And for some reason, it's gotten to the point where whenever I think about doing the show, I dread it. For me, doing this show is now a chore. I don't get the same enjoyment I get that I used to. And so I told this to Zig today. Now, keep in mind, today I've been very moody. I don't want to say why. Everything's okay. But I've been very moody, not feeling good, bad headspace. Very unusual for me, but whatever. And Zig gave me some ideas. And poor Killsbop, he has to hear this here now. I am not ending Thalmor Radio. I'm not even changing much about the show, but Thalmor Radio will become a bi-weekly production. Instead of doing one show every week, I think I'm going to do one show every 2 weeks. And there's a few reasons for this. One is I have been very frustrated by how I do the show week to week, and there's just fucking nothing to talk about. I have to fill up the time talking about a game I'm interested in, a show I'm interested in, bullshitting with you guys, which I have a lot of enjoyment from, don't get me wrong, or talking about real life politics, which you guys seem to enjoy, a lot of you do, but this is a politics and war show, not a real life thing. So that's been one that's been frustrating. And number two, I have been getting busier in real life. I have been living life more. I've been hanging out. For a very long time, I've been the kind of guy to sit at home and just waste all of my time on the internet or playing video games. That has been changing slowly but gradually. I have real friends. I go to their house and do stuff with. They come here, we do stuff. I have been living life more. And I don't know. I think because of that, my interest in these online matters has waned. My interest in politics and war right now is lowered, but my interest in politics and war goes up and down anyway. Sometimes there are periods of time where I log in every day just fine. There are periods of time where I don't log in. Like, I only log in once every 2 or 3 days. Right now, I'm in the latter. That comes and goes. My disinterest in the show, that is very new. I have done Thalmor Radio almost every week consistently from from December 2019 to now, almost 3 years, more like 2.5, but for a very long time. Folks, most people who do a fucking politics and war show, they do it like a couple times and then they quit, right? Or they do a show like every 2 months. Like, I am the only motherfucker to do a show every week for this long. And I'm proud of it. And I hope, above all, that you guys, including you who are listening to this recording, that you guys have enjoyed it. Because that's what I really enjoy. I enjoy creating art for people to enjoy. That's what makes me happy. Whenever someone DMs me and they're like, buddy, I listen to your show, I love it, keep it up, that just makes my whole day. Because that's really what I do it for. I do it for myself, but I also do it because I like making other people happy. Because when I work out, which I do almost every day now, when I work out or I'm doing boring chores like cleaning up my laundry or something, or taking out the trash, like, I listen to podcasts and stuff. That is such a big bonus to me. So be able to provide listenable content for people to listen to as they browse the internet or drive or work out or whatever, that brings me a lot of satisfaction and makes me happy. Where's I going with this? Oh yeah. Wait, I actually don't remember. I don't remember what my point was. But shit. I don't know, I think I'm burnt out and I'm moody today, and I think switching to bi-weekly has a lot of advantages. I think number one, it will give me time to relax and to actually find a guest that is relevant and interesting. I haven't had, like, okay, Prefontaine, like, today will come on irregularly and we'll talk about game adminship and what's going on with development. That's good. I like that. But I think I would like to have more regular guests, and I've just been lazy. I'm hoping to apply myself so that if I go to bi-weekly, I can bring on a guest, like maybe there's some micro drama, and I can bring on the micro leader and we can laugh at him or something like that. Like, that would be cool. Or if there's some drama, I can bring on Kev or Kegos or someone who's in the know, and we can, like, I can ask him some questions. Because the thing is, guys, I'm stupid. I'm not in the backrooms. I don't play politics. Out of all of you listening, I'm probably the one who knows the least about anything. So I can ask them questions and figure out what's going on, and we can all, like, learn together. I think that would be cool. The biggest thing is I'm hoping by going bi-weekly, enough will happen so that in those 2 weeks, I can have at least 3 or 4 things to talk about so that I can actually do a full show. Because I actually don't like it when I do a show and I just bullshit or I talk about real life stuff for 45 minutes. I want to talk about game stuff. And so I think by spacing out over 2 weeks, I can get a handful of real topics and I can maybe get people on to discuss those topics, so that I'm hoping that by going bi-weekly, it will be a shift in favor of quality over quantity. I have been very pleased overall with how the show's been done. I've been very happy with it, but that is starting to change. I am not liking doing the show anymore, and I don't want to quit the show. I want to try modifying it. So by doing it bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, 2 times a month, I am hoping to create a show that is just better overall, even if it's less. Now, folks, I've kept my eyes closed to concentrate. I have been reading chat. What do you guys think about the shift to bi-weekly? Thalmor Radio is coming out as bi tonight. You're correct. We are now fully straight and gay. That didn't work, actually. Damn it. Couldn't be funny. Anyways, give me pin perms. You don't have it? That's crazy. Darth says, you betrayed the people, you will pay. Well, that's a good thing that I'm starting a banking casino so I can pay what I owe. So that's good. Both nations won this war. I have to see this. Hold on. Of course I wouldn't be fucking... I logged in 2 hours ago, you stupid fucking game. Why do I have to log in again? I fucking click on keep me logged in, and it still logs me out. Alex, fix your fucking game. Holy shit. Okay, game. You entered an incorrect email password combination. Fuck. And now I gotta do the fucking Capticom. The war. They both have 0 resistance. That's okay. Got maps for a while. Naval, ground attack. Oh my gosh, this went on for... How long did this war last? The 23rd to... Did this war go on towards close to expiration? No, it only lasted 2 days. Okay. The 25th at 2 p.m., they got one map. Naval... Oh my fucking gosh, he did a naval, looted him. Oh, I see it now. They attacked at like the same exact time. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so it's like 2 master samurai dueling each other, and like they like slash each other's head off at the same time. Okay, that makes a bit more sense, but that's still kind of silly. Does Zig want to know why I banned purple? I banned purple because for some reason, and it's been like this for a while, I had been frustrated that she comes into this server, she never listens to the show, but she still interacts with chat. And one time, I think actually she said it twice, maybe even 3 times. She said something along the lines of, should I tune in? No, I won't. And that didn't sit right with me. So I in my intoxicated state, I finally decided to cut her head off. We in Muslim countries, they stone women. So I had decided to stone Purple Elephant from Thalmor from Thalmoria. So Purple Elephant is now dead. Jaden is no longer a Thalmorph. Purple Elephant has been stoned and beheaded, and George has been exiled. Actually, let me clarify. George is still fine. George is still a Thalmorite, but I deleted George's show and took away his admin perms because he hasn't done a show in a long time, and he's had many opportunities to do one. So George's show has been deleted. Purple Elephant is dead, and Thalmor has been humiliated. Jaden has been demoted. So that's all that's happened tonight. We warned him last week. We warned him before that. I think it's been twice now that we've told him, "Hey, you need to do a show," and he didn't. And I'm not playing anymore. He's had so many opportunities to do a show, to do something. What was holding me back was I felt like I should have DM'd him and talked to him. And in my intoxicated state, I no longer care. He's been warned. It's been months. It has been so many months. He could have done something. He didn't. I'm done. So there you go. You demoted me also. That was Killsbob. Chad, that was Killsbob. I think Killsbob thought you were about to do something stupid, and he stopped you because Killsbob is a great member of staff, and he was looking out for the realm as a whole. But it was okay. He was demoted, though. I thought I saw his colors change, but that's okay. Thalmor doesn't know how to do perms during show. No, I know how to do perms. It's just that I got push to talk on, so holding down control while clicking around will cause things to explode. And I don't like that. Okay, Kiwi DM'd me. What did he say? He said, "Hey, buddy, I love your show. Keep it up." Thank you, Kiwi. I appreciate it. Kiwi is a... so don't read that. I actually lied to you guys. I actually totally read it before I supposedly read it to make sure it was anything sensitive. So I actually deceived all of you guys. I totally knew what it said before I read it, but I gotta be dramatic. How many bourbon deep is this guy? I've had approximately 3 shots. There you go. I've had 3 shots of bourbon. But it's been a bit staggered. So that's not crazy. I actually do think it's crazy because 1, I have an empty stomach, and 2, sorry, I hadn't seen the text message. Number 1, I have an empty stomach. I have only ate a little children's fruit snack thing today. That is it. I just haven't ate. No particular reason. I am going to cook 2 burgers after I'm done with the show, but I just haven't ate a whole lot today. I'm skinny. I'm small, and my last drink was in January. So I have no alcohol tolerance. Okay, any fucking alcohol at all will kick my ass, which is what I did tonight. I had 3 shots and I'm tipsy. Not drunk, I'm tipsy. I feel like, to me, being drunk would be like you stagger as you walk and stuff. For me, I am not even at my most tipsy tonight. I can when I was at my most tipsy, when Prefontaine was talking, I did walk around. The room was spinning a little, but I could walk in a straight line. I was confident in my motor skills. I would not want to drive. But as for walking, I could walk fine. I could think pretty fine. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think Jack is a lot more fucked up than I am. But I'm okay. So, Jack's also fucked up in the head. Fucking kills Bob, slinging his dick on the table, mugging poor Jack. It's rough out there. Bring Jack on the show. I don't want to bring Jack on the show. One thing I have realized is that I don't do well with multiple speakers. I prefer it to be just me. I will manage with a guest, or like if I have a guest and Zig is contributing, that's okay. But like when it comes to other speakers, I want to have a lot of control. I don't know what it is, but I like to be by myself. I don't. It seems for some after having done many shows with many other people, it seems like to me I don't do well with other speakers. At the most I want is Zig co-hosting and a guest, and that's it. Anything else, I don't seem to vibe with too well. Zig says your best shows are we really just shout at each other and you can just stand back, not gonna lie. I concur. But it seems very hard in the current political climate to get a situation like that. So I don't know how to make that happen. Chad says, "Oh, you can." Hey, if you know a way to make it happen, I'm all ears because those have been good shows. Go down on a micro level. That's what I've been thinking about is getting micros involved because micros they know how to pop off. Okay, next micro drama. I will invite some on. But that's where I need you guys to help. I need you guys to point out when these micros are beefing so I can bring on the figureheads and they can fucking slap fight each other live on air. Thank you, Kills Bob. Okay, that's been established right now. I will host a micro slap fight, but you guys need to bring that shit to me. How micro are we talking? I'm open to anything. Number 200 to number 50. Any micros. Let's go. Okay, there are 3 things I want to cover before I close out the show. Number 1, our own Mr. Chad, who was promoted to keep the Forbidden Archive up to date. Chad has his own YouTube. Chad, do you want to post a link in chat? Do you want to come on voice chat and say something? What is it? Chad has a Politics and War YouTube channel, and you guys need to go check it out and see his content. It's empty. Okay, and Chad wants 20 seconds. Okay, no videos. Okay. Chad, you probably should have had some content lined up and ready when you wanted me to show your YouTube, but that's okay. New video coming tomorrow. Okay. I can explain. Okay, new video coming tomorrow. Chad, when you come on, I will let you explain. Just let me know when you're ready. I will wait for you. Chad is winging it. Well, really, here. Okay, Chad, explain. Chad, please, you have to talk. Please. Chad! Chad, you can't do this to me. Chad, please! Give you a second. Okay, I'll give you a second. Your thing broke. That sucks, buddy. Okay, well. As Chad. Oh, he's back! Okay, Chad. Speak
That
your
was
truth,
so
buddy. The
fucking
floor is all yours.
I'm sorry. So, I can explain. After some complications today, I know, I'm basically a lazy ass. I don't want to do go work. Therefore, I made a YouTube channel. That's the bare bones explanation of it. Yes, Zig, my Benchfield voice changer has malfunctioned, sadly. So, I will be releasing content to the channel pretty shortly, either tonight or tomorrow morning, likely tomorrow morning to tomorrow afternoon. It's mostly a theory that, again, YouTube is fucky. So I can personally think I can blow up a YouTube channel about PNW because of the fact that YouTube is dumb. That's a long-winded one. So subscribe to it. I don't know. You for some reason want to subscribe to my bullshit, but you can apparently.
Thank you so much, Chad. Any final words?
Yes. Look, don't expect too much out of it, but like, it's pretty. I don't think it's gonna be the best since it's basically for people who don't play, but it'll be pretty good. Subscribe to it. There, I'm done shilling for today.
Okay, now are you done? Oh, I guess so. He left. So, what was the second thing I wanted to cover? I don't remember. I don't even remember the third thing. I only remember I have forgotten 2/3 of the closing topics I wanted to go over. Shit. Fuck. I'm really frustrated. What was it? I feel like it was moderately important. This is really bad, actually. Okay, I don't remember, so I guess that's it. This is a record-breaking Thalmoria. I think the longest Thalmor Radio was like over 3 hours long. So no, this is actually not. This is the only thing that's significant about tonight's episode is that it's the first episode in which I am moderately tipsy. I have been completely sober for every other show, but for this one, I actually am intoxicated. That is the only thing that's different. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because you're not going to get many of these ones. Oh, and also it's unique because CCT is recording it. So CCT is recording, and I'm intoxicated, so it's special. We need more drunk Thalmor. Well, you might not actually get it because, guys, like I said, I'm not much of a drinker. I only drink when I have a cause to celebrate. And the only reason I drunk tonight, the first sip of alcohol I took, I think, was during the pre-show, or I announced it when I took my first drink. It might have been during the recording. It was only because I'm like depressed today because I found out some stuff I didn't like. And it made me really upset. But it's something I want to talk about. It's actually kind of stupid. But gosh, what was the fucking thing I wanted to talk about? I don't even remember anymore. Well, it probably wasn't that important. So, I think we're done. There are no real life stuff I want to talk about. Final call for anything. Politics and war, real life. What do you guys want my hot take on before we close out tonight? I am open. Drunk Thalmor is open to all of your inquiries. You just have to ask. Let me pronounce my name on air. Nope. The White House said they didn't care if China shot Pelosi's plane down. That is pretty based, if that's true, but it's probably not true. Okay, Hate B, what did you want me to say? This post was fact-checked by real Dark Thalmor acolytes. That is actually really, really fucking cool. I am pinning that. That's actually fucking awesome. Drunk Thalmor is Dark Thalmor. That is true. Subscribe to Chad's YouTube. Be on the lookout for the bank and the casino that are coming. I think that's it. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Actually, no. I think that's it. We're done. Will you be on after the show for a DM, or is that tomorrow's gonna? You can DM me after the show. That's fine. Yeah, we can talk. I don't mind. Oh, I remember now. I remember 1/3 of the things I wanted to discuss, and that was that although I plan on moving the show to bi-weekly, bonus shows may still occur. So bonus shows may still happen. So like that is staying the same. If there's some drama, if there's a war, if there's a major political happening, a bonus show may still occur on top of trials. So that's still the same. So the only thing that should be changing at all is the show will be bi-weekly. Everything else should still be the same. So there you go. Okay. I think we're done. Kills Bob or Zig? Actually, I know who. Actually, you know what? No, I will. Okay. Who should I order to play the theme? Should I order Zig or should I order Kills Bob? Who should I tell first? Why did it stop?
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Yeah, he's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio.
Okay, good night, CCT.